Hey, Inspired Tribe. How's it going? Welcome to the Inspired Livestream. It is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. And Inspired Tribe, my name is Jean Nolan. This is my wonderful wife, Kristin Nolan.
Welcome, everyone.
And the mantra for today's live stream remains unchanged as it has been for 252 live streams and then some. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, we're free. It's really, really important that we keep this in our hearts and in our minds. We're healthy, wealthy, whole, and free. But we're not just free, we're unapologetically free. The tribe's wonderful that you're here today. Let me welcome you in the live chat. Before we dive into today's topic, which is close to our hearts, dear to our hearts, why you should never, ever, did we say ever? Ever give up on your dreams. Really, really important. And we're going to talk about the importance of dreams, where they come from, all of that good stuff. But let me welcome you all. Ramona is here. Moments Divine, welcome. Michael Pierce is here. Good to see you. Miss Patty from Cali, good to see you too. Christian is here. Welcome. Then we have New Jersey. We have, let me see. Angel is here. Stuart, good to see you. We got Sandy. Welcome. We have Evie, Debbie, Waking Gaia, Black Sky. How's it going, Donzel? We have Ramen Cafe. We have Mation Info. We have Gary Morley, Artscape Adventures by Lisa. Wonderful names too. We got Linda. Welcome. Christy. Good to see you from GA. What part of Georgia are you in, Christy? Roma, Char. Then we have Cheryl from Pennsylvania. Zulu. Waking Guy, we already said. We welcomed you. Debbie, Golden Times, Kat, Peter, Ga. Thank you so much for being here with us today. It's always wonderful to have you all. We will soon, this is an announcement, we will soon move this over to a new platform, the live streams, which means we will kind of begin phasing them out here and starting doing the live streams over there. We'll tell you all about it, I guess tomorrow, maybe Thursday, and announce how all of it works. It will allow us to be even freer in our expression, even more direct in our communication. And there's a bunch of things in the background with live streams on YouTube that make it increasingly difficult and unappealing, to be honest, to us to continue doing it this way. But we want to continue doing live streams with you all because it means so much to us and hopefully to you. So we're just finding a new and better way to do that. But while we're here, right here, let's talk about what's really important. And why we chose this topic today is because in this particular day and age in our climate, I feel like the importance of dreams and visions and wishes and even desires has moved very, very far back in people's hearts and minds. It's like there's been so much going on in the world that it feels like it's almost like a survival for attention. But we want to talk about the significance of your dreams, where they come from, why you have them, why they're so important to your very existence on this earth, and why we said don't ever give up on them, because this has been our journey. Both Christine and I have wonderful, grand, beautiful dreams and visions, and a lot of them, looking back at some of the vision boards and some of the journals that we've written and some of the things that we've put down on paper, a lot of them have actualized, have realized, have manifested, materialized. I want to say the vast majority of those visions have. But here's the thing with dreams and visions. First, in your journey, or in all of our journeys, we need to distinguish. We're not talking about the ego wishes where you walk by past someone and you say, oh, that guy's got a beautiful watch, or that girl's got a beautiful person. And we're not talking about those. We're talking about deep, deep visions in your heart, dreams that you have. And first, we need to ask where they come from. You see, the difference to me between a human ego wish and a real dream vision is that the human ego wish, it vanishes over time. It's not as important. You forget about it. It's a fleeting thing. But the real dream, the real vision in your heart, it remains there and you cannot really turn it off. It's something that's almost a part of you, like your hand or your foot. And even if you walk through dark times and nothing in your life seems to really work out, that vision is still somewhere there in your heart and you can't really turn it off. That's the kind of vision and dream I'm talking about, because that vision, that dream, you could also call it purpose. It's at least a part of your purpose or connected to your purpose. And as long as we carry that in our hearts and give it space, we are at the same time pulling it into our existence. And there are times in your life where it feels like your vision and your current situation, they have nothing in common. It's just like, okay, what's happening here and what I desire and want and dream about, I see nothing. I see no evidence. In our experience, what has been said about it being darkest right before dawn, right before the light comes out, it's kind of true. So there were moments when things looked so grim that I thought, to hell with it all. Why do I even bother? No matter what I do, it doesn't seem to work out. Those dreams, those visions that I've been having for many years don't come to fruition. The first mistake that I made in that situation is that I went from a broader perspective to very narrow, very narrow, very narrow, and I just saw what was right here in front of me rather than seeing the big picture. The second mistake I made is that I tried to interpret my current surroundings with my human mind and then try to make out how wrong everything is going. You see, the creator with the universal laws doesn't work like we humans work. And it's been said so many times, we have about 5, 6, 7, 8 ways to figure out a path towards a desired goal versus the creator, who has an infinite amount of paths and possibilities to make that happen. So that was the second mistake. The third mistake I made was that I, for a moment, actually bought into the illusion that there was another path. What other path could there be? If I have a vision and a dream in my heart, there's only 2 ways this is going to play out. If I follow it, if I give it energy, give it thought, give it love, give it action, then it's going to definitely manifest in my reality. This has been shown over and over again. The second option is, and this is the one I might have bought into for a moment or two when things got dark, is, why do I even bother? I don't need dreams. I don't need visions. I don't need any of that. And you know what this path feels like? Even in just in your thought, it feels like life beginning to end. Because it's the truth. When you have no vision, when you have no dream, when there's nothing that wakes you up in the morning, excites you, brings you joy, or even the prospect of joy. Sometimes grasping for joy might be too much from where you are, but just the prospect of, hey, I'm on the path to joy again. I'm on the path to greater happiness again. If you don't have that, it feels empty and you're literally beginning to die. You're literally beginning to make your way out of here, because this is what life is all about. This is what your whole experience is about. And I'm not judging or quantifying or in any way saying your dream must be big or small or medium or whatnot. It doesn't matter what the size of the dream is. It doesn't matter if you're the only one who has it. And it doesn't matter if other people don't understand your dream. It matters not at all. Nothing. It's not important, because more often than not, your dream will not be understood. More often than not, your vision will not be shared by others, and they'll find a way to make you believe it's unachievable. So some of my dreams are out in the open. Some of my visions will never be out in the open. Even after the fact, they won't be out in the open, simply because the way I'm adding to those visions every day, the energy, the thoughts, the actions, the ideas, it's like a beautiful palace that I'm building. And I don't need anyone messing with it. When I need someone who helps me put in a window, then I call someone to help me, to help me put in a window. When help is needed, it usually appears for me. I'm grateful, and then I move on. But I never for the big ones, I never share the whole vision, simply because it's my belief that no one else could grasp it the way I do. No one else is in my body, is in my cells, is in my spirit of this. And this is what life force means: to have a vision, to have a dream, to look into the future. And rather than seeing it as a distant result somewhere out there, you put yourself in that state every day, more and more and more and more and more. And so, if you want to, for a quick second, translate this to what we've been talking about over the past week or so, or even longer. So people say, well, if you have a vision and you have a beautiful future vision, and that's what you want to create, why would you even put attention to anything that's negative or right in front of you? And this is another mistake, maybe mistake number 4 I made, is when something was put in front of me. Because see, spirit works. God works, the creator works, and the creator will sometimes send you a sign that says, watch out for this, don't go here, go there, get ready for this. If you ignore that, that's foolish. And sometimes I chose to ignore these things because in my mind I said, oh no, I'm not going to give in, this is negativity. No, it's not negative. It's common sense. It's being smart, it's being attentive, it's having an open spirit and paying attention. It's like saying you're driving down a road and there's a huge caution sign that says cliff coming. You say, I don't want to be negative. I'm not going to slow down. What? That's negativity. No, it's not. You slow down, you turn around because there's a cliff coming. And life gives us these signs. And so in connection with your dreams and visions, you get signs that tell you do this, do that, call this person, or maybe meditate here, paint a picture, whatever the signs are. But sometimes you get the sign that just says, watch out, not the right person, caution. You need to listen to those things too. And in my quest of almost toxic positivity, and I was in that state where I felt I could not allow anything into my perception that I interpret as negative. It's not even negative. I just interpreted it that way. I ignored some of those signs and suffered way more than I needed to. But hey, it taught me something, and it teaches us all something. And the idea is that on our journeys towards our visions and dreams, that we minimize the suffering and maximize the joy and the happiness on that path, right? And so in minimizing the suffering, it also means that we stop to interpret the creator's ways and judging them on this is bad and this is good. Think of it rather than this is something that will contribute and this is something that won't. This is something that will move me forward. This is something that will hold me back. If you look at it that way, you take the harshness out of that. The other thing, why dreams and visions are so important, is because it's literally the blueprint for our collective future. And so when you are in sync with your purpose, your vision, your dream, you keep thinking about it, you keep dreaming about it. And what you're doing is you're imprinting it on the whole, on the quantum field, or on the, whatever you want to call it, on the morphogenetic field. It doesn't really matter what you call it, but you're imprinting this, right? And so the more people have a vision of a beautiful future, even their own, just their own individual beautiful future, the more the field is being loaded and is being beautified. Is that a word?
Beautified?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Well, beautified by that vision. And so in the big scheme of things, why we sometimes say prepare is because momentums are rolling, right? Why we have been saying get ready for certain things that are coming down the line that are now unfolding. That momentum is rolling. And sometimes you can't stop a momentum. Sometimes you have to let it play out. You just can't get ready for it. But that's the short period that we're talking about. In the long period, we're always talking about vision, dream, and fulfillment. And here's the thing, and I want to say this to you. You might have had a very tough upbringing. You might have been in tough circumstances. You might have experienced poverty, abuse, sadness, loneliness, violence. It does not mean you don't have a purpose. It does not mean you don't have value or worth. To the contrary, you have as much beautiful divine value and worth as everyone else. You are entitled by default, by nature, to your dreams and your visions. You deserve your dreams and visions, and you deserve to experience them coming to fruition, no matter your circumstances. Each and every one of you has a purpose. Each and every one of you has dreams and visions. And it's something that's not lived in our culture, really. Not really. It's such so limited down to, hey, this athlete can score the most. That must have been his dream. And this guy made $100 million, and this lady became prime minister. And we're quantifying these things, but they were way deeper than that. The real dreams and visions are always connected to contributing to the whole as well, are always connected to having a positive impact on other people, on our families, on our communities. It's always connected to something that is inherently good, that is inherently giving, that is inherently growing. And each and every one of us has that within us. And so when the moment we give up, because it just doesn't look like it's ever going to come about, that's when we begin to die. That's when we begin to make our exit here. And if that's not what you want, then I'm asking you to never, ever give up on your dream. There are days in your life where that dream and where you are seems to be so far apart that you can't make that connection. The thing is, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to build the bridge. You don't have to build the road that leads to your dream. What you have to do is show up every day. Let the big creator take care of the fine details that we cannot take care of, and show up for what's being put in front of you every day. Show up for the conversations, for the meetings, for the relationships, for the actions, for the non-actions, for the meditations. Show up for what's being put in front of you. Do not ignore what the creator puts in front of you, because whether you know it or not, the creator is always with you, always walking with you. You just choose to either acknowledge it or not. You either choose to co-create or to fight, but it doesn't change the fact it's always provided, it's always given. And our human nature has been programmed to fight off that intuition, to fight off the voice, to fight off what we hear, and rather focus on the rational, the very logical, mathematical, clinical, analytical side of things. And while all these things have a purpose, serve a purpose, the rational, the clinical, the physical, the mathematical, there's a time and place for that. There's just as much a time and place for that guidance and for walking with the creator, co-creating with the creator. So my passion, our passion, some of our greatest passions in life is to help you live that vision, is to help you unleash all the energy that's within you to connect with that, is to help you step into it, because that's what it requires of you more than anything. You need to become it. You need to become the liver of that dream. You need to become the being that's already living the dream. And you need to fill up your cells and every fiber of your body, of your being, with the essence of that energy. And this has been said in so many ways by so many people. And you know why? Because it's the truth. There are some common dreams in this world that a lot of people have. A lot of people, for example, want to be a top athlete in their sport. Nothing wrong with that. Here's the thing. You do not become the winner when you're standing up there on a podium getting that medal. That's when you reap. You are the winner 20 years earlier, 15 years earlier, when you begin practicing, training, figuring it out. That's when you become the gold medal winner. That's every day when you show up, you're a gold medal winner every day, or you'll never experience it. So you are the winner sometimes 10, 15, 20 years before the actual event. That's when you reap. Sometimes it's 5 months. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. I'm not saying there's a specific time that needs to pass. What I'm saying is you need to first become that which you desire to live in your life. You need to become the liver And the liver is very important, the organ as well. You need to become the being that lives the dream before the dream begins to live you. And this is what then begins to happen. If you dream a dream long enough, and if you live that dream long enough in your spirit, that dream eventually begins to live you. And what that means is one thing after the other begins to show up. It is like a domino effect. And yes, it is true. When nothing works, nothing works. And everything you try is stuck. There are those times. I acknowledge that. But when it begins to work, because you have been putting yourself in that state every day, because you've been showing up, you've been ignoring your current reality for a minute or an hour or 2 hours, and meditated yourself, prayed yourself into a state of fulfillment of your dream. You filled your body up with it. You filled your spirit up with it. You filled your thoughts up with it. You filled your space up with it. And you do that for a period of time and follow the inspiration and intuition that you're going to get from that. Your dream will begin to live you. And when the first domino falls, my goodness, it's like a dam that breaks. And it just begins boom, 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 the next thing. So many unexpected things, so many unexpected gifts, people, opportunities. It all begins to come together because once the energy flows, the energy flows. Once the doors and the windows are open, the doors and windows are open, and it works. This is not happy talk. This is not theory. Everything is tried and proven and lived. We are living this every day. And it's an honor that we can share this with people. It's an honor that we can assist people and help people in unleashing this in their own lives. Because the dream needs to be dreamed and lived. Once our dream has been lived, and I mean the big dream of the big life and everything that it entails, there's a sense of fulfillment and a sense of we're ready for the next chapter. And that's when I believe we're exiting this realm and going to the next. But we come with a purpose. We come with dreams and visions. Never, ever, ever, under no circumstances, give up on that dream, on that vision that's in your heart. The Creator put it there for a reason. The Creator makes no mistakes, ever. And if it's in your heart, and if you feel it in your spirit, you have to follow it. You have to live it. You have to do anything and everything you can to put yourself in that energy until the dream begins to live you. Yes, indeed. Inspired Tribe, I also wanted to thank you today one more time. I think we've reached close to $3,000 on the fundraiser for Mark, our beautiful friend and teacher, drum maker, flute maker. And as I've told you before, pardon me? Oh, Christine's going to bring the drum. As I've told you before, Mark has MS and is in not very good physical shape, condition, just medical problems. Here's the beautiful drum. Here's a drum he made for me. And he made one for Christine as well. A beautiful, beautiful drum. Such beautiful work. And a few days ago, we started a fundraiser for Mark. And the first big goal of that fundraiser is to purchase a mobility scooter for him. Right now, Mark is confined to his very little apartment. And he loves nature, loves being outside. But he has no way of getting up and going out right now. And we're so close. We're so close to having the funds together for the mobility scooter. We need, I think, $500-$600 more, and then that first big chunk will be invested into the scooter, which he can literally drive into his apartment and drive anywhere in a little town in Waynesboro. So that's the first big step. And if you haven't yet, or if you feel inspired to help Mark, one of the reasons is to allow him to be mobile again. And the second reason is that Mark has flutes and drums and dream catchers to finish, and he cannot do it at the residence. There's too much dust, too much noise. But we are looking for a space in Waynesboro, Georgia, where Mark can drive his mobility scooter to, and he can actually finish his beautiful work. We saw the flutes in their raw shape, and they're absolutely stunning. They sound amazing. So if you feel inspired and if you want to help us get to that first big goal, then please donate. The fundraiser link is in the live chat. It's on the top of the live chat. It's also in the description of the live stream. We truly appreciate it. And we talked to Mark last night, and he's so appreciative. He's already dreaming. He's already dreaming about driving around, being out in nature. I can, in his voice, I heard that he can feel it. I heard in his voice that he's already there in his mind as we're talking about the power of visions and dreams. And so if you feel inspired, if you can donate, please do. It's highly appreciated.
Someone saying, let's hear the drum.
Yes. What I also love is that when you turn it around, this is what I love to do is there's something that goes through my whole spirit when I play the drums. And when I'm by myself, just seldom, but when I am by myself, I chant. And Mark taught us a lot of times because, nobody wants to disrespect a culture and their ceremonies. But Mark said, as long as you don't try to emulate words that you don't know the meaning of, but you just chant sounds and non words, you're not disrespecting the culture, because it oftentimes just comes through me. And you can order drums from Mark. There's a way to do that. And you send us an email to info@inspirechannel.net and just put Mark in the subject line, and we'll send you on how you can get in touch with him. So there's multiple ways to support this cause, but at any rate, we're just excited it's happening, and we're already this close to clicking the order button for the scooter. So thank you for that. Thank you so much, Tribe. And last but not least, talking about dreams and visions, the Yada Retreat is coming up May 5th through May 8th, and we're almost full, a few spots left. If you feel inspired, this just might be for you. Last year's Yada was absolutely amazing, expansive, a beautiful experience, life-changing for many. And we're going to go deep again. We're going to expand, go deep within, connect with that true spirit part. If you feel inspired to join us in Cape San Blas, Florida from May 5th through May 8th, please send us an email to info@inspirechannel.net and put YATO, Y-A-T-O, in the subject line. You are the one. All right, Inspire Tribe, thank you so much. You're deeply appreciated and loved. We will be here again on Thursday, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the Inspire channel. And I wanted to let you know before I log off, you matter so much. You are so important, and your dream, your purpose is so important. And life might have told you other things, and people might have told you other things, and the world might have told you you're not really significant, but you are, in ways that you have yet to discover, but you truly are. And not just to us, to the world. You are so important. All right, Tribe, thank you. We love you, and we'll see you on Thursday, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the Inspire channel.